Hello everybody, it's Lionel Rich here with the greatest show in the VC. Back from almost a 3-week hiatus. I went into my dark room, contemplating things. I was at a 90% retirement. And then I came out of the dark space and I decided I'm going to go head on. I'm going to go all the way. Now, you're going to notice this video is monetized. I decided to monetize my channel for a couple of reasons. One being that it seemed like 25% of my videos were getting ads put at the beginning anyways. The second is YouTube hit me with a restriction. I can't remember exactly how because of the idiot video I uploaded. I took it down, but they said that video was going to be restricted. I wasn't going my videos would no longer be shown up in the recommended, like when you're on your laptop on the right of the screen. I guess if you're looking at this would be your right. It's not going to no longer show up in that part of the YouTube page. And I noticed the last 2 videos I made after that, The Idiot, it got about half the views of what I normally get, which is fine. But I did notice, I mean, there's a strong pattern. I usually, by a certain amount of time, I hit a certain amount of views, and that wasn't happening with the last few. So I'm just wondering, you know, I'm going to put this on my channel, monetize, and see what happens with that. I think that has a lot to do with the algorithms. I mean, a lot of these monetized channels, they seem to grow and grow and grow. And us other ones that aren't monetized, we plod along, you know, we slowly grow. So I'm just going to check it out. I did it with you can skip the ads at the beginning. No ads should show up during or after, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, I can always cut that shit. But this is Aaron Rodgers Day. And if anybody that follows football, you know what I'm talking about. Aaron Rodgers is a Jettsss. They haven't worked out all the financial stuff, but he made this decision, what, 5 days ago, 4 days, last Friday? And I knew it. You could tell. But anyways, this is a massive vinyl find. And we're going to start off with this one. This is one I picked up last year, but I haven't shown it yet. It's Poison Idea. Record Collectors Are Pretentious Assholes was their first EP that they came out with. This is a reissue, and it's Pretentious Assholes Are Still... No, Record Collectors Are Still Pretentious Assholes. Now, I remember when this came out, and I looked at this record, and that was the moment I realized I'm a record collector. Before that, I just, I like music and that. But I am a record collector. And this is actually the singer's, this dude here, his records from his record collection. And some really good, rare shit on there. And yeah, this is Poison Idea from Portland. And I've had this discussion with Ryan Kidd. You know, who's the biggest band out of Portland? He seems to think it's the Wipers. I say it's Poison Idea. And I literally mean the biggest band. I think altogether they weighed about 3,000 pounds, you know. They were a big fellas. And this is an early picture of them. And look at Pig Champion. He's pretty big already, you know. And what's really funny on the back of this, it says pay no more than $150. And side AA is the actual first EP, and I think this is a couple of 7 inches. Fantastic. The guitar tones of Poison Idea, they're great. The singing, I dig the singing. People that are just into classic rock are not going to like the singing, I don't think. But yeah, this is really good. Later on, they kind of got into some metal-y tinges. This is not that at all. It came with a bumper sticker, or a sticker, which I will not use. And this is what the sleeve looks like with the words. and pictures. And it's on black vinyl. And pretty cool. And it did come with this poster, which is pretty cool. Record collectors are pretentious assholes. And it has the picture on the cover. And it has this diagram numbering each album. And it's listing what they are. Which is pretty cool. You know, pretty fun. I have maybe, I don't know, a quarter of them. I didn't really do the math. This next one is an unauthorized. It's a bootleg, I guess. And it's Spaceman 3. And it's taking drugs to make music to take drugs to. And what it is, it's rehearsals in Rugby, January 1986. It's 86 demos or rehearsals for that first album, you know, during the time of that first album. And it has Sound of Confusion on here, which is the name of the first album. This is really cool. Just started raining again. I don't know if you can hear it. But yeah, really cool album cover. I dig Spaceman 3. I have their first album, Sounds of Confusion. I want to get their second. And I have some 12-inch EPs or singles. This is what the vinyl looks like. Really cool. I don't think it's as good as the first album, but yeah, I dig it. I want to get their second album. Now, back in December, I ordered 3 Analog Africa records. And I told my wife, you know, that can be my Christmas present. They came maybe a month ago. I mean, I haven't done a Vinyl Finds video in over 2 months. And I'm going to just talk about one of the 3 I got. And this is one of their later reissues. It's a Peru, whatever. And it's cumbia music from Peru. I really like that genre. It's mostly instrumental stuff with like surf guitar, some of that kind of garagey or psychedelic guitars, you know. Not Jimi Hendrix style, but that exploited psychedelic sound. I don't really recognize any of the bands, you know. I've listened to this a number of times. And the other 2, I'll talk about in a future Vinyl Finds. I've played them, but like only once. This one I have dove into quite a bit. And yeah, I really dig it, man. And I dig the album cover. It's a double album. This is what the labels look like. Analog Africa. And it comes with this book with another Peruvian beauty. And I don't know if I'm going to... Just pictures and words. No need to go into details. But yeah, that's pretty cool. You can go into Bandcamp and, you know, listen to all their stuff. Now this next one is an album. This may be the last used album I bought in 2020. And it's Sonic Youth Sister. This is the censored version. Later copies had this picture censored. And I believe this picture. This is like a picture of Mickey and Minnie at Disneyland. And Goofy there. But, I mean, they have the picture in there, but they put this swirl there, kind of cover it up, but it got banned. And this picture, for some reason, not the little wiener. But yeah, this is a good album. This is my only album that I have on vinyl by Sonic Youth. I have maybe 3 12 inches of theirs, like EPs or extended singles or whatever. This is what the pretty dull insert. No blacks. It's all grays. Not very well. From a graphic artist standpoint, not very good. And it's got a SST catalog that came with it. Now, this album, I like it. I don't know if it's their best album. Like I said, I have that Daydream Nation on CD, and it's like one CD, and it's too long, man. It's hard for me to get through the damn thing. This one I can. I like Sonic Youth, but to me they are a bit overrated. Now, the very first album, I bought a 7-inch in January. That was the only record I bought in January. In February, I bought, the first album I bought this year was this one. It's Madhouse, First Damage. And this is a German band from 1986, I believe. And Metal Theologian put this out. Look at their outfits, man. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a heavy metal album, really rough. The drums are pretty primitive. It's got like Casio keyboards in it, which is really original. The singer's pretty good. There are at times where they do sound kind of like a 80s punk band. But yeah, this is on Beer and Jesus Records, #1, put out by Metal Theologians. I really dig this, man. It's really raw, kind of primitive, you could say even. But I prefer this than, I would rather listen to this than spend $150 on a common album because it's an audiophile pressing. Get out of here, man. Once I got a good pressing of a record, I'm done. It's got all the words. Really cool. Really cool album. I'm jazzed to have this. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I forgot. Look at that, man. Madhouse. I don't know if Aaron still has any more of these or not. I don't know. Pretty cool. Now, a record I pre-ordered back last year, and it came in February. Oh, a sticker. It's Death Valley Girls, their latest album. It's a little more, I don't know if polished is the right word. It doesn't have the garagey tinges to it at all, or as much. The first listen, that kind of took me aback. The vocals kind of pretty much are the same. But the overall production is a little bit different. It comes with this insert, which is a little bit different than their others. It's got more of a space, like you can see this chart of the stars and pyramid, and a planet and moon, sun, with an eclipse, I guess. UFOs, and you got this, I don't know what's her, if she's a zombie or what. But that's kind of a different theme than their other inserts are usually kind of like Manson looking girls and stuff. Comes on this pretty cool looking vinyl. And for some reason their records are dead quiet. I recommend it. If you start here and then you listen to some of their other stuff, you might be ajarred. But yeah, very cool. Now this next one, I think I ordered this at the very end in December, and it's Material Objects. By Dominique, or Dom, as everybody seems to call him. What is it? Searching a Thread, or I'm not good at remembering channel names. This is his band. It's a 3-piece band. how do you do it? It's kind of like Sonic Youth, but the guitars are tuned. You know what I mean? The vocals are kind of have that same feel. Maybe the vocals on this are a little better than Sonic Youth's vocals. But yeah, it's really cool. I've listened to it maybe 4 times. And I can't differentiate the songs in my head just by looking at the titles. I'm not good at that shit. Unless it's like Sgt. Pepper's or something, you know. But yeah, very cool, man. I'm glad to have this. I love getting records from guys in the VC. I'm reluctant to get some because I don't want to come off and give some bullshit, oh yeah, it's good, when I really don't think so. But yeah, I really dig this. It's my kind of music. It came with this little card with a note written on it. Very cool. I'll keep that. And the insert. Material objects. You got Trey on drums and synthesizer, Liam on bass and vocals, and Dom on guitar and vocals. And I think they released this last year. See, I didn't even look at this picture, you know. Now, oh, the record. The record's on clear vinyl. Very cool, man. I will give that many spins. I listened to it over the weekend. As I did this one, because I kind of forgot. How did this one sound? This is VCLT he sent me. Along with that album. He sent me a couple of 7-inches. And I forgot to pull those. I'll show those in my next Vinyl Finds. And I'll give Dom another shout out. And searching for a thread. Hopefully I'll get his channel name right in that one. This is Knots. All female band. This is on Ghana Records out of Memphis. I think it's an all female band. I'm pretty sure it is, but this could be a dude, you know, you can't tell sometimes. In fact, I was in Target yesterday and asked for help, and I said, thanks, man. And then after I said that, I go, oh, man, that could have been a girl, you know. Whatever, I didn't mean to misgender. We Are Not. Really cool. This sounds like 1980s punk. 70s, even 70s. That 70s and some of the bands in the 80s. A female singer, she sounds like one of those late 80s punk singers. As opposed to some of these new singers that are quite different. Very noisy. The songs have structure, but they almost veer into that no-wave sound at times. Not for everybody. Very cool. And if they do have more stuff, I will check them out. And this is the insert with pictures and words. And very simple labels, which is kind of cool, on Ghana Records. Now, the next two are comps. I've seen these around. I stayed away from them. On Doctor and the Kid stream a few months back, last year, we were talking about this Killed by Death series of records. This is Killed by Death #1. It's Rare Punk 77 through 82. I have one of these. I have Hollywood Squares, Hillside Strangler. I've heard of a couple of others. The Nuns are on here. But you have really raw, garagey punk. I mean, it's punk. These are some of the Nuns are on here. The Dogs. That's one reason why I wanted to get this one. Slash Your Face. I remember seeing the Dogs. And the Weasels would... Both times I saw the Dogs, the Weasels opened up for them. But yeah, this is really cool. Most people know this the No Punk. And this is the insert. Killed by Death number 1. Killed by Death number 2. I guess they put the same insert in them nowadays. I don't know. And very simple Red Rum Records. And I picked up another one. I picked up Killed by Death number 5. And I forget why I picked this one. I think there was a song on side 1 that I don't know if it might be that Black Easter. What the fuck? Ryan Kidd, again, I'm going to mention him. He played a song off of this, and I go, man, that is wild. Yeah, if you're into that early 70s punk, kind of raw stuff, these are worthwhile. And to the last one. And this is also an album I picked up last year, and it's the last Public Image PIL album, What the World Needs Now. And this came out in like 2015. I bought the one that came out before this. This is Pill. And that one kind of starts out a little slow. The first 2 songs on that one, I think, are probably the weakest songs on the album, which is kind of unfortunate. This one comes out banging right away with Double Trouble, No Now. This is a good album. I really dig this guitar player. That's one thing about Public Image. He has always had great guitar players. And this guitar player played with him back in the day. And I believe the drummer also. This is what the sleeve looks like for first record, and this is the second. And let's see. Yeah, Lou Edmonds, guitar, sax, piano, many cumbias. And Bruce Smith, drums. He's played with him for a while. And the other guy that's on here is Scott Firth. But yeah, very cool. Black record. I'm not going to show it. Anyways, take care, everybody. Bear with me with the monetization. If I lose some people, it's whatever, you know. Just after a couple seconds, you can just skip the darn thing. So, anyways, take care.